Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PhysioEd. I'm Dr. Varsha Chambyal, a Mumbai-based clinical physiotherapist and executive director here at PhysioEd. As you guys already know, today's special occasion is to commemorate our very special day with a very special speaker. We're going to have Dr. Ali Irani Sir, who is the head of International Affairs of Indian Association of Physiotherapists, and he is going to give us some insights and give us his valuable time. And of course, we have none other than our CEO and founder, Dr. Amrish Akre Sir, connecting with us all the way from Australia. It's a pleasure to have you all live on this Tuesday morning. Welcome, and let me add our speaker for today as well as Amrish Sir before we start with our questions. Just a note that you guys can feel free to type your questions in the question section while I add the speaker for the day.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon from
I'm
here.
all good. Super excited to have.
Yeah, super excited to have Sir back.
Yes, I'll just add sir in the meanwhile.
Yep.
It will take me a second to add him. I have invited sir and he'll be joining us shortly,
Sure.
and we'll begin our session.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, in the meanwhile, we'll talk about Sir because he'll be joining us shortly. Sir is the International Affairs Head at Indian Association of Physiotherapists. He's also been a former cricket physiotherapist for the Indian cricket team from the year 1987 to 1997. He's also the head of Department of Physiotherapy at Nanavati Super Specialty Hospital in Mumbai. And it makes us feel really grateful to have Sir. Okay, Sir is unable to join, so I'll add him again.
Yeah. Send the request once more.
Yes, I'll add Sir again. I sent him an invite and. Okay. Meanwhile, how is everything in Australia, Sir? Let us know about the
Very bad. We are in lockdown since 3 months, so yeah.
Okay.
Right. Living with COVID.
Yes, we have kind of just accepted it now.
Okay.
Yes, Sir is live with us. 1 second. I have invited him, but for some reason he's unable to join. And
Maybe try one.
yes, I'm
Try
trying
one more.
once again.
Yeah. It's a thing with Instagram many times.
Yes.
Just happen.
I've invited him again. Now he should be able to join us. Yes.
Good morning.
Good
morning,
morning, sir. How are you?
Good, good.
It's such a pleasure to have you here.
But after it will be evening, na? Good evening to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening in a lockdown, sir, since 3 months.
So there is no morning, evening there. You are anyhow going to be at home.
No, we go to work and straight away come back to home without going anywhere else to avoid getting a fine. That's it.
True.
Okay. Okay, so let me introduce you to the audiences, sir. Though you don't need an introduction, everyone globally knows you're a well-known face of physiotherapy. I'll still let our audiences know have a very special speaker today, Dr. Ali Irani sir. He's the head of Department of Musculoskeletal and Sports Physiotherapy at Nanavati Super Speciality Hospital in Mumbai. He's also the International Affairs Head at Indian Association of Physiotherapists. Sir has been a former cricket physiotherapist for the Indian cricket team from the year 1987 to the year 1997. And to add one more thing, he's been my mentor during my masters, and so I feel so privileged and lucky to be able to share this space on the screen with Sir today. Thank you so much for your time and giving us this opportunity to speak to you on this special occasion of World Physiotherapy Day. I'm delighted to have you here, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Varsha, for your kind words. It's nice to see Akre again. And thank you for, bringing all these youngsters who suddenly jump out of college. And last week, what I was seeing, the last one was still in college. Finally a student.
Yes.
I think so.
So that's to develop the confidence in all these physios. This generation is as is confident, so it gives them a wide exposure to the society or the physio community.
No. Once you give them the responsibility, they do good.
Definitely.
Last weekend we were in a police academy. We were doing the fitness test at Khandala.
Yeah.
It was a police school for women. Girls. Young girls from 19 to 25. They wanted to become a commando, what aim they had in life. And we were seeing them. So I had not told, I had taken my MPT student, second year.
Yeah.
So we had not asked them to do anything. I wanted to see what they do. I told my senior staff, if they do mistake, then we correct. Otherwise, let us see what they do. But they were wonderful. We didn't have to say anything. They all were doing their own jobs. And it was so well acclaimed. The superintendent of police called me. He said, we have never seen a camp like this. Our students are so happy about it. So we have to go into the community and let them realize that we are physiotherapists. 20 years back when we started rural physiotherapy, I remember that everybody's claim was how rural, what difference it makes. They felt physiotherapy clinics only have to be in the city.
Yeah.
Where the population is only 30%. 70% population live in villages. So one of my ex-intern who did internship here has gone to Palghat, away from Bombay. He is seeing 150 patients today, a day. More than a Bombayite.
Definitely.
So if the amount is less, we are not seeing the volume.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Varsha. Our talk won't end on physiotherapy.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me begin with the questions for today. So you do know that this year World Physiotherapy Day is being celebrated with the idea and the theme of long COVID, which is characterized by many symptoms like breathlessness, generalized tiredness, and inability to get back to normal before you got COVID infection. So what is your take on this special day that is dedicated to this aspect of physiotherapy? Because every year the theme keeps changing.
It has to be like that. The theme has to change from nowhere. If I have to go back to tell you the history, we started with 10 students at KEM Hospital in 1953. The first department of physiotherapy came in 1952. Then 53 was the first college with 10 students. Then came Vellore, Chennai, Delhi, Baroda, Nagpur, Kolkata, 7. When I was a student, there were only 7 colleges. So from that onwards, as we had to go, 10 students became 20 students, 2 years became 3 years, 3.5 years, 4, now it's 4.5 years. We are already thinking of 5 years. So I feel change is the only way to progress. So I'm very happy that there will be changes in the theme every year because something new comes up. But I can only say one thing. COVID was blessing in disguise for the physiotherapist. So in short, if somebody didn't knew also about it, they know about it now.
Yep.
So let me describe you the theme this year. So long COVID has been described as COVID, you having a COVID, you were positive, you became negative, and up to 3 months, right, 12 weeks, still the symptoms still the symptoms are there in you. Either you say I'm coughing, fatigue, aches and pain, joint pains. If it continues, the symptoms which you were having during COVID or start of COVID, and it continues for 3 months, post 3 months, it's called long COVID.
Okay.
So
Yes.
up to 3 months, you are still under the recovery stage of COVID. But after 3 months, they have to label something. So it is long COVID. So it's going to be there because your lungs have got fibros. So, early you can't climb steps. You'll be breathless very soon. Then off and on COVID, especially people do complain while exercising, they cough. Otherwise, no.
Yes.
So, where the
Yes.
body breathes deeper, so you could say there is some damage done to the lungs, which the recovery was not good, or you have not planned a good breathing exercise pattern. So this has been labeled as long COVID, but treatment almost remains the same, other than the doctors giving some medication, NSAID for the aches and pain. But our job remains the same: increasing the vital capacity, different type of breathing, making them correct their posture, strengthening exercises, especially static quads, because they all complain of difficulty. I ask for me a shortcut question is when the patient is sitting on a chair, I ask them, can you keep your hand in forward and stand up? So if they could do it
Yes.
earlier and can't do it, so the quads have gone weak. Then the complaints of climbing step is another sign that the quads is used to climb the steps. So we do, it helps us in strengthening, they feel better.
Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely. So that's
So,
true.
with the situation there, obviously we all know the journey of physiotherapy. Last 1.5 year, as you said before, physiotherapy has become a sort of focus in articles, newspapers, social media. You have many physios from our community come up on channels and speak about COVID and COVID rehab, and people have become more aware about the profession. So, how do you see making a difference to our profession in the future with COVID?
I said
Because
it
I
was
don't think
blessing.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so because COVID might not go ever, it's there to stay. We might have the numbers up and down. So definitely it's going to be a sort of a blessing for the community as such. You mean to say, like, how do we take it?
One recognition. They have recognized us.
Yeah.
In our ward, from the day one the patient is admitted, the patient is on physiotherapy. So our staffs are going in with wearing their PPE. They come out of the ICU or ventilators. Again, we are treating. And
Yeah.
after they go home, we have an OPD called Recover. So twice a week they come to the OPD. So again, whatever is lacking, we again work on them and make them proper in that. Whether the muscle weakness is there, vital capacity increase. But one thing, our hospital, Nanavati, has treated, I have the record till when we had treated 5,004 patients. What we found, all of them had the vital capacity below 1.5 liter. Some of them not even a liter. So one thing, I have not seen a marathon runner getting COVID.
Yes, sir.
Because vital capacity is 4 liters, 4.5 liters. So lung plays a very, very important role as far as our body is concerned. And a consumption of oxygen, we cannot get oxygen to our body through fruits, through water, or through any other food that you think, or we have bottle name Oxy water or something like that. So oxygen goes to the body only through breathing. And when we breathe, only 20% of the air is oxygen. Especially Bombay, maybe 18%. When I say good, clean air is 20.78% oxygen. So this job of the oxygen is to go hit the base of the lung. Impure blood comes there. So when the air hits it, takes the 20% of oxygen, and then takes the 20% oxygen and makes the blood purer, goes to the heart pumps it all over the body. So you have to understand. So more the vital capacity, more oxygen you take. More oxygen you take, better blood. Better blood, better oxygen. Overall, your body becomes nutrited all over. So the nutrition are carried by the blood, which has to carry the oxygen.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
people will know us more. They will have to come whether we are talking about
We'll wait for Sir's connection to get a
Yeah.
bit better. Yeah, so basically, Sir was actually talking about the ventilation in the alveoli and small airways. I think I'll add Sir again
Yeah, you can send a
because
request again. So I think it got
yeah, it's
disconnected
small.
because of the Wi-Fi.
Yes. So it was basically talking about the ventilation of the small airways, which is really important because that is the cellular level you have absorption of oxygen. And that is a very valid point because he really mentioned the point where people in Mumbai don't get that good oxygenated air, and cities like this anyway. We have oxygen. Okay,
People
I've
in most
invited
cities.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, in most
Not
cities
most
nowadays.
cities.
So
Yeah.
it is attributed to pollution also, and any which way our lungs just use 20% of the oxygen. Okay, sir will be joining us shortly. I've invited him on the live now.
It's about keeping the oxygen coming in.
Yes,
Yeah. Most of us had someone in the family affected by COVID, and as physios, we all have been a part of the rehab. So yeah,
definitely.
that's yeah. So even me,
He's
like
actually joining, so add
yeah,
him again. It's like the beginning of the session, same problem. Okay.
there's a question here which we can take later. Throwing light on
Yes.
managing geriatrics. Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of
We
body
can
aches and
ask
chronic
him
pain.
right
Yeah,
away
we'll
and
ask Sir's
join.
opinion on that. Yeah, it's a really good question.
In the meanwhile, the audiences can type your other COVID rehab related questions which are valid so that we'll take them and ask Sir to answer the question. Okay.
I need to go through the other questions.
I think Sir's network is unable to join. Just a moment. I'll try
Yeah,
again.
just share a request again.
Okay. I've invited Sir again and he should be able to join now.
sorry, am I audible? My network went dead low.
Very
Definitely.
much
Sorry.
audible. We lost you for a while, it's okay. So, we have an interesting question from the audience now. Can you
Yeah.
please throw some light on managing geriatric suffering from a lot of body aches and chronic
Body
pain
pain.
due to long COVID?
No, no.
So, it's
Were
particularly,
they COVID or non-COVID patients?
they were COVID patients. In long COVID, how do you manage geriatrics? Anything
Fine.
specific or different?
I would say mobility exercises, strengthening, especially static strengthening, helping
Okay.
them in balance. So we want to derive in one of the hall different obstacles, normal walking on a mat. So the
Yes.
proprioceptives are well stimulated. Then give them an easy slope to climb. We have it in a department, a slope that they climb. Then we have two type of steps, short step and long steps. So gradually coming on them. Cycling helps them. Sewing machine for the ankle. So any activity that you give them, they will be more than happy and gradually they come out of it.
Yes, sir. And another question is how can one benefit in terms of functional rehab? So let's say a patient wants to do any particular activity of daily living. How can they improve in long COVID? Because after 3 months, they might feel they have recovered, but the persistence of symptoms is still there. How do we educate the patient as to not go directly into heavy?
They come in a normal OPD, they come into the department and there's a whole program for activities of daily living where they can wear their own clothes, pick up a glass. We show them the grip exercises, crumbling of newspaper, stretching on the wall with the hand, make them play games, throwing the ball, catching the ball, then reduce the size of the ball. They come up to, see, we have got different, I don't know how much I can see about it. So we have different sizes.
Right.
Sizes. And then we come to tennis, and after tennis we go there to all the sizes. So you can start with a big ball where they pick up and they can grip it, then keep reducing it, and then I come at the end with a marble. So I ask them to throw it on the ground, and when it comes up, throw it, bounce it, and catch it. So it's not easy. We can do it. It's not easy for them. So you can keep keeping them busy. And one thing, let me tell you, the geriatrics are very particular. So when they tell you they want to do it and they want to master it also. So it's not that they will leave it here. Nahi hota hai, no. They would want to master and come and challenge you. Dekho, abhi kar sakta hu, I can do it. I should tell them to bounce the tennis ball. So maybe they did 3 or 4. I said, aapko 10 to karna hi hai. Right, so they should be coming and telling me, "Dekho, main 15 kar sakta hu." I mean, why you told me 10? I can do 15. So it's love for them to, but it should be in a variation so they don't get bored.
Yes, sir. Keeping it interesting is the key here, because if they get bored, they will not want to come back and they will not want to improve on it.
They would want.
So in terms of lifestyle changes after that, in long-term COVID, once they have gone back after 3 months, what are the lifestyle changes we can actually ask them to modify or work upon?
I feel, we all, forget them, myself, we all are going to change our lifestyle. As far as working is concerned, we will reduce our work. We don't look for holidays. I don't see people are looking for holidays to go to London, USA, unless there is a family and they have to go. I see people taking a drive, 3 to 4 hours drive, wherever they go. They want to go in their own car, and they prefer going to health farm rather than big hotels. So they want to book bungalows. That's why this Airbnb, if you see, a lot of bungalows are being booked by people. Because that, it belongs to them. They can't give or they can't take COVID from anybody. So the changes will be, people will be moving from big apartments to having farmhouses. The demand of farmhouses has increased. The prices have gone up. The flats prices have come down. So people want bigger farmhouses. They're looking for bigger lands. And COVID has proved it. People who are staying in rural area, there is much less people having COVID there.
Yeah. Okay.
Overcrowding and cities where there's a lot of population, there is a tendency due to lack of space and due to the pollution that also adds up to these lifestyle factors.
In India, if you see the crowd are crowded, and still the train, they are crowded. So I still feel, maybe the immunity system of Indians are much better than others. We are used to the tap water, we are used to 8, 9 people staying in one small hut. See the slums. No slum is having one person in a room. Every slum has 8 to 10 people in a room. Then the common bathrooms, common toilets. So we are more immune. Our immunity system is much better.
Yes, that is true. Then how important is it to explain to the patient that they should adhere to the protocols we've given them? For example, ACBT and these breathing techniques work excellent. But patients tend to lose the motivation to continue after 3 months. So how can we educate them to go on with these rehab exercises so that they're back to normal?
You should get religion in between. I ask them to blow shank, right? If a Muslim patient, I tell him to say azan. I said, go on your terrace and say azan. So azan requires long alap, a good automatic. So, you have to give it another meaning to it. I told my neighbor, now every day morning 8 o'clock, I see the shank blowing, I come to know he's awake. So it is not only, don't make it boring, Varsha, only breathing when you tell them they're not interested. Tell a young boy to whistle. Okay, whether you can, in 1 minute, how many whistles you can do.
Make it more
Yes,
functional. That's what. So,
We will have to make it funny, you call it, or make it playing a game, whatever you want to call it. So I feel a lot of games will change into something where you are going to have a deeper breathing. Shank is not
yeah.
easy to be blown.
No.
But all the shanks in India have been used as paperweight now. Or people write their name. You go to Kanyakumari, they write your name on, give it to you. You are very happy. You will keep it in the showcase somewhere.
Yes.
But that was given to you to blow. Shank, you have to blow and make a noise out of it.
It helps with the entire ventilation of the airways.
So we really need to make it, I would say, funny. Then only people do it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fair, sir. So in terms of education also, suddenly what we have seen in last 1.5 years, it started with a few sessions, webinars conducted by different colleges, universities. Now it has developed into literally every social platform, Instagram, Facebook, Zoom. Education has turned more like a virtual education because obviously the situation demanded that colleges could not conduct the regular face-to-face lectures or practicals. So, what is the way ahead in this, COVID pandemic in terms of education? How do you see that, in terms of the challenges students are facing?
See, our college, our university never had online. We had to ask them always to come, maybe online in very rare situations. Otherwise, all the students are coming to class, they are coming to the clinics. So, live they prefer. And other colleges which have asked me to do live, now they tell me, okay, sir, can you come? I'm flying today to Mangalore, to Karnachur College. Right? Yeah. I went on telling them, let me do it online. He said, no, students are fed up of online now. They want to see people talking. So that will also go away. That online thing will go away. It's just a matter of time. That people start traveling, everybody would be wanting to go back to class. They had a reason to go out. People have not been out for long.
Yeah.
So it's not going to stay long.
Definitely.
Do you enjoy conferences? We had a World Physiotherapy Conference online. Nobody knew from where people are, where they are, wherever. You could go on a different channel, different classroom and listen whatever you wanted.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah, but we have seen the difference. When you go on a World Physiotherapy Conference, you can come to know the difference.
Yes.
Yes, because we have speakers from across the globe speaking on various topics, and it's very insightful for someone who has just passed out or is still studying, because we look at your experience over the decades and there's so much to learn. Just being in your presence, like from my experience, I can say we learned beyond physiotherapy, how to handle patients, how important is a smile, how important is the way you present yourself. There is so much to learn.
We don't have, our syllabus doesn't have, what we call it, whether to how to read the body language or bedside manners, I would call it. So we should have a subject called bedside manners, where everybody knows how to deal with the patient, how to talk to the patient.
Yes, sir. Just going to see if there are any questions from the audience.
Yes, I'm also looking for the question. Yes.
The example of Shank, sir, someone saying that my dad has infection and he's been blowing this 25% lung infection, has been blowing Shank every pre-COVID and even now. So that's the example with Sergey.
You should continue. You should continue. It's very good. All of us should do it.
There's a lot of love for you from Iran. That's what we see here. And even people are saying we love India, we love Sir. Okay, there's a lot of love pouring for you. Few questions in that term.
I have many physios from Iran following me on Insta. And I keep going there. Whenever I'm there, I do talk to them. I take a lecture for them there in Iran. It's a beautiful country. But it's almost more than a year I have not gone because of COVID. Looking forward to go as soon as the lockdown gets over.
Lockdown, yes, sir.
There are no flights. There are no flights between no flight between India and Iran at present.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's the global situation currently. We cannot meet our family if we have, in another other part of the world. Anyway,
So
another question is that if someone wants to delve into sports physiotherapy with the current Olympics and famous physios who have come up, and now everyone knows how important it is for an athlete to stick to a team of physios. So how does one get into this field? Because still there are some restrictions in terms of COVID. If someone wants to actively work with a team or with an athlete, what should be the ideal
no,
approach
no,
with the current?
there's something called they should be in the bubble. So we
Yeah.
had our teams going, our teams, they can stay together. They should not meet an outsider. The
Okay.
commentators are in a bubble. So the commentators they can go to the studio, talk on the match, but they don't should not meet anybody from outside, or an outsider should not go and meet them.
Okay.
Film shoots are happening in a bubble. So the whole team of the production house, maybe 185, 150, 160 people. Once they meet, they do a PCR test. If they are negative, then go into that bubble. They don't come out. They don't meet others. So nobody gives each other. So it's not that the teams, people, physios are going. Physios are going with the team. Physios are in that bubble. But you can't every day go to a new team or people going and meeting everybody.
around.
Then we should not be. Let us come to know by hopefully by end of September whether we are going to enter the third wave or not. Hopefully not.
Yes.
The way
Hopefully
we are
not.
going, nobody wants to have all over again. Back to square
Again.
one. So definitely all the governments are very careful. India is very careful.
Yeah.
We are not taking it easy or lying down. We all want to work. We have been put on alert at Nanavati also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are prepared. But I hope that we don't go into the third wave and gradually start coming out of the first,
Out
second,
again.
everything.
Yeah. So considering
They
the
are
That's the
population,
normal.
yeah, considering the population, we have done really well. Like amount of population we have done fabulous
Maharashtra is
because
very good.
yeah, if
I
there's
only
other
praise
parts of the world.
Maharashtra.
Definitely,
Maharashtra and
I
Mumbai has
agree.
done very well.
You're
Definitely.
absolutely right. In
Yeah.
terms of vaccination, people here are very positive. Like, unlike in the Western countries, people are protesting against the vaccine, and I don't see the
That-
point in it. Because it is your only, tool that you have to tackle with. And still, there was a question here also that, sir, what do you think about the vaccination? Should one take it or not? It's an
I
obvious
took,
answer.
I took both Covishield because Covishield is allowed for Europe, USA. And when you
Yeah.
are working in a health system,
Health, you
let
have
us not discuss whatever we are science students. We are supposed to
Absolutely.
take.
Yeah.
So we could
Yes.
not argue or listen to that 2% of the people who hate or say that there is nothing like vaccine and all that. No. Why did you took it when you were a child? When you were an infant, your mother went and nobody complained, nobody asked any question. You took vaccine
Right.
for polio, you took vaccine for so many other problems that you get in childhood. Did we ask, why people don't, that time they didn't object. Now also when the child is born, they go for the vaccination of the child. But then they
Absolutely.
would complain, should I take, should I not take? I said, then you shouldn't have given it to a child also. Infant.
Yes. So,
As you are born, a vaccination is given.
given. Yeah.
So I feel we are science students.
You should
They
accept
should
it.
accept it. Yeah.
So you
Yes,
talked
we
about
do.
you talked about the bubble and the bio bubble in terms of sports physio and in terms of teams. Now, obviously, we have seen the example of cricket. They have been literally from IPL to other tournaments, they stick in one bubble, and it's not only the long term or the COVID rehab. It's more about the mental health also being affected in the long term COVID situation. So, how physios or health practitioners take care of themselves and the patients in terms of the mental health, because this is stressful, staying in the bubble.
I make it very simple. I tell the student, you have selected this profession to serve. We are in a healing profession. So
Yes.
you should have taken some other profession. So now that you have
Yes.
taken, you have to be immuning yourself. I'll tell you a very simple for all the youngsters who are physiotherapists. Always remember, what brings down your immunity is sadness, stress, anxiety. What increases the immunity, you laughing, enjoying, increases the immunity.
Yeah.
Now, the worst thing for the girls usually are chocolates. Chocolates bring down the immunity. 1 unit of chocolate can demolish. You require another 52 units of magnesium to destroy. So why? So if we can avoid sweets, if we can avoid chocolates, automatically we are not destroying our immunity. And don't meet people who you be depressed after meeting. Meet people whom you enjoy, who after meeting you laugh. That is what. Don't see movies which will make you cry. Go and see movies which is fun, entertainment, enjoy. Right? There is always that the coin has the other side.
Yeah.
So, always enjoy, see the fun, meet your fun. I enjoy. Really, yesterday, last night we went to Maratha Sheraton for a dinner. So the whole idea was not to discuss COVID and just enjoy our old life, whatever was happening. And we were only laughing and eating. Even the restaurant was surprised at what is happening here. Everybody is 10. And then we have come to enjoy.
Absolutely. Wherever you go, just spread the positivity. People should be happy that you are here.
You
they
are
should be
alive.
happy with
I
you.
say simple thing. I said you be happy that you are alive.
Definitely.
Yes,
I said
absolutely.
all the rich guys have died because money could not buy their life back.
By the
Enjoy.
Yes, that is a very positive note on this live. And I would like to take any closing comments from you if you have anything to say to our audiences before we end this live.
I will
Because we're
say
also running.
from Bhagavad Gita, there's a quote from Bhagavad Gita. जो होना है वो होकर ही रहेगा.
always.
What has to happen shall happen. Right? You fight it bravely. Keep smiling, keep laughing, keep your immunity up. Keep serving. If you're a physiotherapist, you are in this profession to serve. And I can only tell everybody, may God give you all a healing hand. Keep healing people.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
know
you so
this
much,
blessing
sir.
of yours is the ultimate blessing. Every time you say it, it instills a lot of positivity in all of us who know you.
Yeah.
And
Given the best
always
way to address,
Thank
yeah,
you.
the best way
Thank
to
you.
address long-term COVID rehab, sir, by being happy.
Yes.
That's the easiest way. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
जो दर्द गया वो मर गया.
बिल्कुल.
Don't fear.
Bilkul.
What has to happen will happen. Enjoy life.
Definitely.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Varsha. Thank you, Akare. I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
thank
you
you so
so
much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Yeah, take care, sir. Bye-bye, sir. Bye, sir. Yeah, bye.
Bye. Thank you, audiences, for tuning in with us. It was a lovely session on World Physiotherapy Day. We're looking forward to more sessions and having a few interesting webinars and seminars coming up in the future. Stay tuned and make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel as well as you're a part of the Telegram group. We have our presence on every social media, be it LinkedIn or be it Instagram, be
Twitter.
it
You're on Twitter as well.
We're on Twitter as well. So make sure you check out our username PhysioEd and are a part of our family, which is ever growing with the blessings of such eminent physios like Dr. Ali Rani himself. Thank you, Amrish sir, for your time and connecting
you
all the way
always.
from Australia.
That's all good.
Thank you,
It's still
audience.
day. This is the best time to conduct a live, actually, Varsha. This is the best time to conduct a live for
Yes.
me. It's a day. Because otherwise 6 p.m. is like 11:30 midnight for me. So this is
Yes,
the best time to
I'm
have a live.
glad I'm glad we did it at this time because it's not too stressful for you also, and it's a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
So
you,
we'll
sir.
stay
Thank you.
connected. Thank you so much. Take care. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.